Hey YouTube, saw that I hadn't posted a Carrot Ball Pythons video. Actually pretty surprised by that. I thought I had, but I guess I will now since I haven't earlier. Alright, so we'll start with the tank. No idea the gallon size or whatever of this tank. It's huge. That's all I know. It's a monster tank. Takes 3 bricks of Eco Earth to fill up. So obviously it's a big enough tank, so I don't have to worry about that. A single ball python will need at least, I personally wouldn't go 20 because that just seems a little small to me. I go with like 40 breeder. I mean, that's just because I like to give my snakes space to roam, and they just seem a lot better suited for it, but that's just me. And then temperatures supposed to be like 80 to 85 ambient temp, and they have like a hot spot of 90 to 95, of course. I have this dual bulb little fixture here. I don't have a second bulb in there. I don't really need it because that one bulb is 100 watts. It keeps this tank nice and warm. And then you need a bedding. I use Eco Earth. You can use Aspen, but you have to put a humidide in there if you're using it. And either way, Eco Earth is just better because if they ingest it, if you feed in your tank, if they ingest it, it's totally safe. So don't have to worry about that. Because I used to use Aspen, and Silas, my big ball python, she got a little aspen stuck in her mouth, and it was like a splinter in her mouth that I had to go pull out, and she did not like that. So that's why I personally don't like it. And so I have one hide on either side, which is good for them. It's supposed to be a hot side, cool side type of thing, but this is in the middle because the tank's so big and I don't have another open thing. So their hot spot's in the middle, but it's okay. So the tank's so big, it cools off the farther you go down on each side. This is great. And I have these little sticks in there, partially for decoration, partially so they can shed on them. You need a water dish big enough for them to soak in. Because, of course, when they're going into shed, they might go and soak in it to help get their skin off. And if it stays on them, you're going to want to give them a bath, which means just put them in, like, sort of warm water, like 80 something degree water, 84, 83 degree water, and you let them sit in there and they'll try to swim out. Usually they don't like it very much, so just gotta keep pulling them back in. Silas actually really started to like baths, so I don't know if that's strange or not, but that's just her. And then you have to have a hydrometer too. And then temperature and hydrometer, those are very important. So I can know the temperature at all times, and so I can measure the humidity at all times. It's about, you should keep it at about 50 to 60 all time. Right now it's like 65 in there. And so, feeding. Okay, you gotta feed them. Juveniles, babies or juveniles, once a week. When they're full-grown adults, you only have to feed them every other week. Like, if you are willing to do that. I want to speed feed. I don't really know how you do that. I mean, Silas has taken 2 mice in a week before. That's actually an interesting story. I was putting her mouse in there. This was the only time I fed in her tank. It was a really bad ordeal. I would never do it again. But she ate fine, her first mouse, then Leo wouldn't eat. So I left it in the cage for him. I come back like maybe 30 minutes later because I was going to take the mouse out if nobody had eaten it. And she's sitting there eating a second mouse. So, yeah. Leo didn't get to eat that week, but that's okay because he ate right after that. But, I think that just about covers everything. Except for you need to clean out that, like, every other day, every day, you know. And then, I think that just about covers it. Alright, rate, comment, and subscribe.